In these videos, I always try to be as real with you guys as possible. And that's why a lot of the time when I'm inspired by something or when I feel an emotional response or any kind of response to something going on in the creator world and golf content world, whatever it is, I'm gonna get on here and share my opinions because usually I know those are the things that you guys are thinking or talking about or asking questions about, and hopefully we can kind of create this little spot for you guys to discuss. So that is obviously what we are doing today. I want to talk about some comments made in a recent Good podcast. Right before we do, I need to address the fact that the most controversial mustache in YouTube golf is back. Sorry, I like it. My wife really likes it. It's back up. I don't know what to tell you guys. Deal with it. So this podcast was posted a little over 2 hours ago at the time of recording it, and it was a one-on-one conversation between Matt and Garrett. They talked about a whole lot of different things, but they did get into some nitty-gritty with Good, and they really opened up. And this is something that it's interesting to see, and it's interesting for the fans to see. It's these two guys kind of taking down their walls, taking down their characters, as they talked about, really just being down-to-earth humans and kind of being open. And Garrett was really open with a lot of the stuff he talked about in this podcast, and they got into a conversation around negative comments, specifically some sellout comments about their deals with Callaway. I'm just gonna play a clip for you guys and then we're gonna talk about it.
And I see good sold out. That's something that I've been seeing on Callaway. What a lot of people don't understand is most all of us played Callaway clubs and have played Callaway clubs for a very long time. Yeah, I mean that's one thing that I have been seeing. It's man, Callaway is the brand that most all of us have always played, and so seeing that definitely. Because I do read some of those comments, and it
does suck to see that. I will say it does, but
number one, it's so off base. It's not even close to being real or relevant or anything like that. These guys are making this content because they enjoy it, but they are able to keep making it because they've turned it into a business. And yes, I know some of you might say, well, they do enough, they make enough, they da-da-da. Listen. At the end of the day, they're trying to make the best content possible, and as a content creator, having more funds to work with allows you to create better content. It gives you better opportunity. But the Callaway deal isn't just, in my opinion at least, for the money. It's for the access. It's the fact that they've now had multiple videos come out where they're getting to play with tour pros and playing pro-ams, and all these opportunities they otherwise likely would not be afforded. So just right away, the fact anyone would be calling Good a sellout for this is just absurd. And I think it's just people who have zero idea how the creator economy works. And that's one of the value props I think of this channel, is I can come at you guys and explain stuff going on in the golf content world from the creator side. And every time I say that, people are like, you've had this YouTube channel for 8 weeks. I have another YouTube channel. I've been doing it full time for 3 years. I love YouTube. YouTube is my jam. And this is the business of the creator economy. This is an advertising based business. Good creators are passionate about the creation of the content, and that is their focus. It's not selling things, but the selling things allows you to put more time and focus into the creation of your content. You can hire more people to outsource the things that just go into the daily nuances of creating. You can focus on the actual content, which makes better content for the audience. So good growing, good evolving, good getting deals and all that kind of stuff, that pushes everything forward. And so number one, just seeing in general, the fact that they've been getting these comments is absurd, and I think I would tell them to absolutely not worry about that. And they know that. But one of the reasons I want to talk about this also is it's very interesting to hear how, and if you didn't watch it, obviously I'll link it below where you obviously can find it. Go watch it. It's a good podcast. They really were open. They really were honest. And it's interesting to see that even one of the biggest groups in YouTube is still talking about the fact that negative comments affect them, that, they want to try to please their audience and do all these things. And it really just shows a bit of a different side to these guys. And I've seen the comments on the most recent Good Major talking about Matt being a bit more subdued. And he addresses that sort of in this podcast. He doesn't address it directly, but he talks about the times when being on camera and filming, you don't have the energy, you don't have the gusto 1% of the time. It is a job and it can be taxing. And when that 1% is there, it's really hard to be a bigger version of yourself and to be that on-camera character. So perhaps that's what we were seeing a bit in the recent Dubai Majors. I know you guys have been asking me a lot about that, so that's obviously a bit of a hint towards it. But obviously the purpose of this video is just to come out and just explain that side of things to you guys who maybe haven't given it that perspective. And I think most people who are supporting and watch these videos and who care about this kind of creator economy in the golf world, you're not the ones calling them sellouts, but I feel like it's important to educate so you guys can understand a bit more too. And so this whole idea is nonsensical, and I think as long as a group is creating a value prop with their content and even with their brand partnerships, aka a golf brand in Good partnering with one of the biggest companies in golf to promote golf products, that's not selling out. That's perfect. Garrett's example of maybe sports betting, it's I still want to call it a sellout because it's still, you know, golf's a sport and you have a sport and whatever. But like, if you start hawking, I don't know, bars of soap or something like that, like then you can start coming out with these sellout comments. You know, you start promoting printers and hey, here are ink cartridge refills like Shaquille O'Neal's doing on network TV, but you're doing that on your golf YouTube channel. That's selling out. In my opinion, these sellout comments mean absolutely nothing. They do not need to listen to it. Good Good's killing it. They're obviously making positive strides. They've obviously had a very turbulent last couple months, but I think overall they're coming out and they're growing. They're going to learn from this, and it's all sunshine and rainbows headed down the road from them. But let me know your thoughts as always in the comments below. See you in the next one.